Hello and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we're starting off in my bathroom. I've been asked a few times now to do a hair video, what I use in my hair, dyeing it and all that fun stuff. So I thought I'd do a little video of me dyeing my hair, kind of give background on what my hair condition's like, what I'd like my hair to be able to do, and I thought I'd add a few in like my go-to hairstyles that I tend to wear throughout the week to work that are quite nice and quick and easy, because I thought it might be interesting. So let me know if you like these kind of videos, because I can definitely try and do a bit more hair care style videos. I don't have a great hair care routine at the moment, so I wouldn't, so maybe you guys give me some advice as well, but I thought it would be interesting. And like I said, a few people have asked. So kicking off with dyeing my hair, it's definitely needed. And apologies about the state of my hair, because we went on a walk yesterday, it was absolutely tipping it down, so my ends of my hair got soaked and it just looks like a bit of a raggedy mess right now. But that's the beauty of dyeing my hair, is I love the conditioner that it comes with. It really does like soften the hair. So if I just do, and apologies, it's going to be slightly greasy as well, but I find dyeing hair works better on non-clean hair. So I will brush it through in a minute, but you can probably see that my roots are coming through. So yeah, it is time for me to dye my hair. I'm going to quickly brush through it, and whilst I dye it, I'll kind of give a bit of a background about my hair, because my hair has changed very much since I was a child, teenager, to now an adult. So I'll give a background on that. I changed the colour of my hair quite a bit, but not in a very obvious way, I feel. My natural hair is probably just a very dark, cool toned brown. But I like to sometimes go a bit lighter with the brown, sometimes I like to go a bit more red, sometimes I just throw in a bit of auburn in there. So I just mix it up. So it's always like a brown tone, it's just sometimes it's a lighter brown, sometimes a bit more reddish brown. So it really does depend. Ooh. I know, my hair looks crazy. And I'm really enjoying actually the long hair, because usually about the beginning of every year I cut it short, but I've been quite enjoying long hair. I'm going to keep it for a while, I feel like. I haven't really found any dyes that are cruelty free or natural. I do use Superdrug, which is cruelty free. It's not always the best. So if you've got any recommendations for like cruelty free or slightly nicer hair dyes, let me know. Annoying thing is they didn't have the shade I usually go for. So this is natural lightest auburn brown, which actually doesn't look too far off, but I usually go for a bit more of the mahogany one they've got. It was out of stock, but I really wanted to dye my hair, so I thought it's fine, it's close enough. It's not going to really change my hair too much. My hair, obviously you can see there is a red tint to it, and the red tint tends to last pretty well, so even through this one, that tint will probably still stay there. It's more just to get my roots updated more than anything. I do have to say, with my long hair, I do have to have 2 boxes, but usually on hair dye it's 2 for, actually why am I putting that back up there? It's usually 2 for something, usually in like Superdrug. I'm going to mix all the things together. So you get gloves, obviously, you get the colour performer, the developer, and then the really intensive conditioner. Now this is a lot of conditioner, which I like, because I love the conditioners and hair dyes. Yeah, they usually smell amazing, and also they just make your hair really, really soft. I'm in a dressing gown that you might be able to see is covered in hair dye. So this is my hair dyeing dressing gown, so don't worry about me making a mess over my clothes, it's fine. This is, oh my god, I can't get in. This is my dressing gown for dyeing my hair. So I'm gonna mix the performer into the developer. And I know, because I mean it's not quite the same colour, but I'm pretty much dyeing it near enough the same. I do start with the roots first. Usually you shouldn't start with the roots, just because it takes the dye, it like holds the dye really quickly. But for this instance, it's fine, and I need it to. It's quite alarming how orange this is. Like I said, I usually get the mahogany one. It's very orange. Oh well. Yeah, I have 2 bottles. I always find that for my longer hair now, you just need 2 bottles to really coat and cover everything. And you should always do a patch test as well to make sure you're not allergic. I have not done that, but you should. So I start like this. Ooh, start with the roots. I'm going to go down the middle first. And I apologise to any professional hair dressers or hair experts out there, because I'll probably not necessarily applying it the way it should be applied, but it works for me, so it's all good. I've also got a little comb here. So what I do is I start with the roots, and I'll just separate the hair a bit, just to really make sure I get some of those roots. So I'm going to start to look crazy soon. Okay, so my hair, I think I have mentioned this before, my hair naturally very curly. Naturally I had really tight ringlets growing up. I think it was late teens, early 20s. I never used to like my curls. I very much damaged it and straightened it as much as I could, or I would curl it but the way I liked it curled. So eventually the curls did drop out. So now, like when my hair dries, which I try and let it dry naturally, air dry, it very much is just borderline straight, has a little bit of a wave to it occasionally, and that's it. I did a couple of years ago, and I think I filmed it, try to get my curls back, because I would love my curls back. But I didn't do it for very long because I then cut my hair short again, like I usually do. I just went back to my old way of styling it. So now that I'm keeping it a bit longer, longer now, and I'm going to keep it longer for a lot longer time, I might attempt, so I need that closed. Is that right, closed? Sorry, there's mirrors in my cabinet. Yeah, because I'm planning on keeping my long hair for a long time, I am wondering, I want to try and see if I can go through some of the curling methods and treatments to get my curls back. So we'll see. If you've got curly hair and you've got some brands you'd recommend for like the curling cream, the gel, whatever, what other curling products, let me know as well. I do have to say I put a lot less heat on it these days. So I always let it air dry. Release as much as I can, and then because I haven't got as much time anymore that I used to before going to work, I don't have time to style it like with my straighteners and do it curly. And because we've been going away like camping a bit recently, again I've just been shoving my hair up, so it has actually had a lot less heat on my hair. So I'm hoping it's a good stage that I can attempt to get the curls back. And you'll see by the hairstyles that I do later in this video, like how quick and easy they are, and like how I don't need heat for them at all. Still going around my head with my roots, and then we'll make a start on the end. Just gonna give that a little bit of a scrub in, make sure my roots are nice and covered. And then we'll make a start on the ends. I'm going to start to look a little crazy. And this is where I'm probably going to need to start the second bottle in a minute. So I just grab a mount and I just run it through my hair, and I just try and make sure that every bit is saturated in this. And hence why I use 2 bottles, especially now my hair's longer, because I just want to make sure it's really saturated. And you can tell quite quickly, because you don't need to wet your hair, you can tell which bits like need the dye. But in terms of like treatments, I don't really do any hair treatments either. Like my hair care is minimal. Like, I dye it every so often when I need the roots touching up and stuff. And like I said, I just let it air dry naturally, and I just most of the time stick it up. So yeah, but I did get a few hair products in the Naturissimo summer skin box, which I think you would have seen the YouTube short I did of unpacking it. But I do in the July vlog that obviously will come out at the end of July, I actually kind of show you a bit more in depth what's in that box, and actually me organising my little cabinet with the stuff in. So there are a few things in there. But again, if you've got any treatments that you think would be good, my hair I'd say is thickish. It naturally has a frizz to it, so I still, even though my curls aren't there, I still very much get frizz and flyaways and stuff. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm just really, even though I'm going over the same bits again and again, I just want to make sure they're nice and saturated. And apologies that you can't see the whole thing. If I put you on the lower shelf, it kind of cuts the top of my head off, but so this is what we're working with today. Okay, on to the second bottle for the other side. And there's going to be quite a bit of dye left over from this bottle because obviously I did my roots and one side of my hair. So I'll just literally just pour the rest on top and just really make sure that my roots in particular are nice and covered. Okay, we're getting nice and saturated everywhere now. I'm slightly less alarmed about the colour of this now because I can see where I've got patches on my forehead. That is going like a darker colour, less orange colour. Because like I said, I usually use mahogany, but nowhere else, so hopefully the colour difference should be too bad. Okay, I'm going to let that marinate on my head. I am just going to tie it up so it doesn't fall down. I'm going to tidy up. I'm going to do this in 30 minutes. I'll then wash it out over the bath. I'll put the conditioner in, leave it in for a couple of minutes, wash it out, and then I'll be back for the next bit. Okay, washed all the dye out. I won't see its true colour until it's dry. Like I said, I like to air dry it. So I'm not going to do anything with it. I might just stick a towel through it again, get some of the excess water off, but I'm pretty much going to let it do what it wants to do. Like I said, I don't put any product in at this stage. I have got a few new hair products to try at some point, but I'll save that for another day. But one thing I was going to say, actually, so I have given it a brush through, but I do also cut my own hair. I think I've shown before me cutting my hair when it was long to short. Obviously, like I said, I'm trying to keep it long for a while because I'm having a lot more fun with like different hairstyles. And actually, it doesn't take too much longer to dry than short hair. Short hair is pretty quick, but it's not too bad. Now, I don't actually need to do a trim today because I've done it recently. What I try and do on a relatively regular basis, just to keep the hair healthy, is give it a little trim. So I do have hair cutting scissors from my makeup school course that I did, and they did hair. And all I do is I tend to like section it off into bits, and then I just cut upwards just to kind of get a little bit of length off that way. And then what I also do, which helps with split ends, is I use this. This is Jamie's. He's got a couple of these like feathering tools. You have to be quite careful with these because you can take out quite a bit chunk of hair. What I do is again, I section it off, and I'll just very lightly run it through, kind of from here down. Ooh, done a little bit there, and it does take out hair. And what it does, it will like thin it out slightly so it's less thick at the bottom, but also it just helps take off a few maybe like split ends if there are any. I tend to more focus that on the kind of top layers, and I'll go just gently through, but really gently because it can take out the hair really easily. And it just helps, and it keeps it just healthy, and it means I can keep kind of growing it. So if I just do that on a regular basis, like every 6 weeks or so, it grows quite nicely, and that way also I don't have to like take a massive chunk off if there's loads of split ends or anything like that, because if I keep that up, it prevents split ends. So yeah, I don't have to take a massive chunk off, and then keep growing it for now. I don't want to grow it like super long, like down to my butt, because that would just be too long, but a little bit longer potentially, and then yeah, I think that'd be fun. I would like to put like some kind of fringe in, not a full-on fringe because I've done that multiple times and it annoys me, but more like a sweeping fringe. But I might hold off doing that if I'm going to attempt to get my curls back, because that might not quite work with curls. So I'm not going to let my hair dry, and then when it's dry I'll come back and show you those hairstyles I like to wear to work. They're nice and easy and quick, which is perfect because I don't have too much time in the morning to get ready. We get up at 5, out the door by 10 to 6. So I've got to do everything quite quickly, quick makeup, quick hair. I will do a video actually on my current work makeup because I tend to do the same thing every day, again because it just makes it that quick and it's just like a routine and you don't have to think about it. So that will be coming up potentially after this one, maybe, so hopefully that's something to enjoy. But anyway, I'm going to go get it changed. I'm actually going to pop a bit of makeup on and I'm going to let my hair dry, and I'll show you kind of how it looks once it's air dried. You will see there will be some like waves and curls in it and stuff, but yeah, I'm going to disappear for a bit and get on with my day and I'll be back later. Okay, it is some hours later. My hair is dry. You can kind of see like it's got a bit of a wave to it. It doesn't really curl anymore. The colour wasn't actually too bad. It was probably a bit lighter than it should be. You can see it's just a hint of red going through my hair because my hair is naturally quite dark, but that's quite like. And then actually what I'll find is when I come to the next wash, it'll take a bit, it'll kind of lighten it a bit further so you can see a bit more of the colour. But you'll see in, like you've seen in vlogs and other videos, like what my hair colour, because it's a similar colour to what it's been. Yeah, you can kind of see, it's hard to show in this lighting, it's a different camera. You can kind of see the redness here, what the colour looks like. But yeah, just on camera it does look quite dark, but my hair is naturally quite dark. So I'm going to show you kind of my 5 go-to hairstyles I like to wear to work. I kind of have these on rotation. They're nice, they're quick and easy for me, and like I said, I don't have much time at the moment in the morning. Okay, so now typically the hairstyle that I do kind of on a hair wash day, I'll have to do that one last because I am gonna, and I'll show you final look tomorrow. Well, be in this video, but tomorrow for me. Just gonna need it to stay in my hair for a bit longer. But number 1, so most of the, apart from one of these all up hair styles, again it just helps me use a lot less heat if I just stick it up, and it's just quick and it's out my way. So I'll go in with number 1, which is quite easy, and it's just using a claw clip. So nothing's gonna be like revolutionary hairstyles, but they're just nice and quick and easy for me. So all I'm gonna do is make sure my hair's nice and brushed through. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is first of all just tie my hair into a low ponytail. So just something simple like that. I would definitely, you don't have to do a step, but if you've got fine hair, I would say this is a definite step. I just like it just more for security purposes, so nothing's gonna like fall out. My claw clip of choice for today. What I tend to do is twist it a little bit like this, but then let it loose a little bit. Just pop the claw clip in. What I like to do is to pull a bit off the bottom here. This kind of helps hide the hairband, and then I just flick it over, and then yeah, I'll let it flop over kind of like that, so it's a little bit like a sort of a ponytail style. And usually it looks better when it's had a bit more texture to the hair, which is kind of the very last hairstyle I'll show you, which helps add the texture without the heat. And then all I tend to do is I just pull like a little bit of the front pieces out, pop them behind my ears, because I just find that sometimes that just helps frame the face if you've got like a little bit of hair. So yeah, so that's hairstyle number 1. Hairstyle number 2 is a simple ponytail. I'm going to have some of the front bits down, up relatively high, but the thing that's going to make it fun and more interesting is a headscarf. I like these, I use these a lot, the scrunchy scarves. It just adds something fun to the hair, but it's not much effort, but look and put together. So I'm just going to take a few of the sections down. I don't want too many long bits, so I'll do that for that side, and then I'll do this for the other side. Cool. So I'm going to grab my hairbrush and then brush the rest of it up into a relatively high pony. I'm just going to tie that up. Can just go behind my ears. So again, we've got just something to kind of help frame the face a little bit. That's what I like to do. Okay, so we just got it up in a really simple kind of ponytail. We've got bits around the front to kind of frame the face, but just to make it a little bit more interesting, I've got my scrunchy scarf. I prefer to have the bits coming underneath. You can do it so they go like this, sits on top and flops over that way. I prefer it so it's slightly underneath. So what I'm going to do is, it's untied at the moment, even the bow. So I'm going to put it in my hair. And exactly the same way you would do an all scrunchie, just make sure that the bits of material stay behind, so just a couple of times. And then what I tend to do is just tie that, it just adds a bit of security, so just tie it just once. And then you've got something a bit fun, and it just kind of peeks through every so often underneath the pony, which I think is quite cool. Like I said, you can like have it so it goes over the top and flops up, so it's a bit more obvious, but I quite like the fact it's just sat underneath the pony, and it will every so often pop out, and it just adds a bit of fun, I think, to the hairstyle. And it looks like you made more effort when in fact you really haven't. So yeah, I love this one. Alright, on to hairstyle number 3. So again, I'm going to shove it straight up into a high pony. This time I'm going to bring all my hair back, so no bits around the face. This is one that I've worn a few times for work, but I'll be honest, it's probably like I wear it predominantly at the weekends if we're doing like stuff around the house, DIY, or I wear it a lot on our walks as well. It's a good one for that, just getting the hair out of the way, and it also looks quite cool as well. So it's yeah, because I'm going to shove it straight up into a very high pony again. But all of it this time, no bits hanging around the face. Okay, so again we've got it in a somewhat high pony, and then what I'm going to do is just plait it. And I love doing this hairstyle quite a lot. Again, it just makes a simple like pony into something a bit more different. Like I said, this is one I use actually a lot for our walk, so it's a good one. But yeah, just a simple plait. Okay, so just separate pony into 3, and then do a plait. So it's, I go over, so I take the left strand over to the middle, and then the right strand over to the middle. So each time it crosses, it becomes the middle piece. And then I just tie it off at the end. So yeah, that is a kind of a nice, easy, bit more of a fun looking way of just getting your hair right at your face. Like I said, for walks this is perfect, rain or shine, it just really gets the hair out the way. And it looks a bit cooler than just a pony, and I do find, especially if it's been a wet day, when you take it out, it does create a nice wave to the hair. So it can be quite fun. So hairstyle number 4 is my quick and easy bun, but it also includes a claw clip. So again, it just adds something to make it a bit more interesting. I kind of go back and forth with whether I have bits of down around my face or I just scrape it all up. I think I might do a bit of have it framed today, so we'll just leave a little bit out. Not as much as I do with the pony, but just a little bit out. I think sometimes it just depends on my mood. If I just want it really all my hair out my face, or I'm happy to have a little bit framing. And also depends on the weather, because if it's wet weather then it's just, or windy, just get it all out. All out the face. Okay. Okay, then you want to get all your hair up. Almost like you're about to do a ponytail. So though you're about to do a ponytail, what I do is I then grab the hair tie, pull my hair through halfway, tie my hair again, and then put over. So only tie it a couple of times, and then I'll have a bit of a wonky kind of fan looking bun on my head, which I will just pull and make a little bit tighter. So this is what we're looking like. Then what I like to do is, this is where this comes into handy. I kind of grab the bottom bits of the bun and all the bit of hair underneath, and I stick the claw clip in. So I'll kind of turn around and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Kind of grab these bits down here, and any flyaways I twist and put into this group here. And then I add the claw clip kind of in that section just below the bun. So yeah, so actually that's how I did just take it out, and I added a lot more of the bun into the clip. So actually it pushes some down here, and there's a very similar style to like the first one I did with the big claw clip, but it's more up off your head, like it's more higher up, and I think it just looks much nicer. So yeah. Okay, so and the fifth and final one is the one where I've got my hair down, and the reason I've done this one last is because it's one that I need to sleep with this hair in to get the full effect. You may have noticed it in quite a few of my last videos where I have my hair down. It's nice and wavy, and it's this that I'm doing to it, and it just really helps me reduce the amount of heat to my hair. You just need to kind of be able to do French or Dutch braids. I can never really remember. I know one's under, one's over. I can't remember which way around it is. But yeah, so I purposely do this one kind of when I have freshly washed my hair, because I think the waves come out better, but also it then adds texture to my hair for the rest of the week, because especially after I've washed it, it feels quite nice and soft, and with the conditioner of the hair dye you get, it makes it super silky and soft. So almost when I was trying to put my hair up in a pony a minute ago, it was a bit too silky to do it, but yeah, and it just adds a bit of texture to the hair, which I think is quite nice. Now I'm not too worried about making sure it's even down the back, because I'm not going anywhere today, so that's good. So the only person that's going to see if it's wonky at the back is Jamie. Yeah, and I'm going to sleep on it, so I'm just going to sort of split into two. Let's tie one lot out the way. I don't know how easy it's going to be for me to show you, and I'll do my best. So, yeah, so I'm going to grab a section of the front of my hair and split it into three. And I swear I do it differently depending on the side. So I take the back piece under to the middle, and then the front piece under to the middle. I'll do it a couple of times and then start adding hair. So I just grab a bit and then I bring that under to the middle. Same for the front, grab a section into the strand and bring it under into the middle. So the back strand, I'm going to grab some hair, and it's up to you like how you want the waves to turn out, because if you grab small sections it'll come out nice and tight, but if you want slightly looser waves just do bigger sections. So I've grabbed the strand, extra hair into the back section, and I'll bring it under into the middle. I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing this. There are loads of tutorials on how to do French braids and stuff out there, so I'd probably recommend watching one of those. Yeah, I'll see if I can link some hair people on YouTube who can probably give you a better tutorial on how to French or Dutch braid your hair. So I'm just going to braid it normally towards the end. And yeah, like I said, because I'm not going anywhere today and it's literally just sleep, I'm not too worried if like the middle parting's even or not. I'm not I'll add that to the other side. I'm not worried like if the braids don't match on both sides, like it's just to prep it for tomorrow. Cool. So I'm going to quickly do the other side, and I'm going to need to obviously grab that strand of hair who decided he wasn't going to go in the left hand side to go in the right hand side. And yeah, so when I take it out tomorrow it should be nice and wavy, and then I just tend to either just pop it on my ears or add a headband, which I'll show tomorrow if I do, and yeah, it works quite nicely. And there you have it. Like I said, they probably don't particularly match, but the point is hopefully tomorrow when I wake up they'll be nice and wavy. So I let these sit overnight. I try and do them as early as I can in the day, depending whether it's work, I'm doing work or whatever. But yeah, and you could, if you want to, give them a quick sweat with water, because that also just helps keep the style. But I think, yeah, it works quite nicely. If you can keep them overnight, that's perfect as well. So I'll be back tomorrow to show you how this looks. Okay, it's the next day. Let's take these out. So yeah, this is the kind of waves I've been wearing in the last few videos. See, look at that. It adds texture to the hair, and it's a nice way of not adding heat, like I said. Oh, you can see the red coming through at the top there. So yeah, quickly take it out. Apologies for the light in the sun, it's like starting to rise, or it's well, technically it's already risen, but because it is 5:45, I should be leaving soon. And what I'll do is I tend to like just a little bit brush through just the top to kind of smooth it out, and then also a little bit at the back just to prevent where the parting would separate. A little shake, and this is what it looks like, and it'll look different every time I do this, but it just adds something. So I tend to either like just tuck it behind my ears like this with curls, or I'll go ahead and let's go with you, or add a little headband. So yeah, that is the 5th and final hairstyle. So I really hope you enjoyed this video on my hair and stuff. Any tips and recommendations, like I said, please let me know. If you've got any future video ideas, again, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. I need to get going for work, so thank you for watching.